I'm over 63 years old now. I'm actually 65 now, actually, because the reason I said 63 is because that is the age I started looking for something else to do as opposed to working on ships. I've been on ships, working at sea, I'm working away from home all of my life. Like, you know what I mean? And that whole last couple of years, like I said, I've been thinking about my pension. And I got the letter from the pension people in my company and from the government pension source, and the numbers just don't add up. They just don't even come very close to me being able to do anything after I'm pensioned off other than pay domestic bills. That just doesn't wear with me. And I'm pretty sure it's something that's not going to go down well with you either. So I had to realize, I had to decide that I realized that I had to find something new to do when I'm finished, or now, start now and do it when I'm finished and I'm pensioned off so that I can make extra money. So what happened is I wanted to figure out how much I missed with my family, you know? And it hurt. It hurt a lot when I think back about how much I missed with my family, my daughters, my son. I missed their whole life really being at sea. Missed everything that they ever done. I missed all their birthdays and, well, nearly all their birthdays, nearly all their Christmases, nearly all their first days at school, nearly all their plays at school, all their monumental moments that meant a lot to these children, to my children. I was missing them. And I could feel the pain in their heart when they're asking me all the time, are you going to be home for this? Are you going to be home for that, Dad? And it hurt me, that I could not be home for them. And I had to tell them, I'm sorry, but I chose my career at the age of 15 and I decided to go to sea, and I'm at sea. And it entails taking me away from home. And you may ask, why didn't you change jobs just for your children? Well, here's the thing. The time I got off, most of my jobs were working like 2 months away and a month at home, or 1 month away and a month at home, or 2 months away and 2 months at home. I always got quite a lot of time at home as well. And the thing is, I spent 24/7, 24/7 with my kids then, taking them to school, doing everything with them, taking them out, swimming, ballet lessons, all that kinds of stuff. Everything that they did, all the after school clubs, everything, I spent all my time with them. I spent all my time in the house with them. I fed them. I cooked for them. I read them stories. I went and give them bedtime stories and all that sort of thing. I did a lot of stuff in that time I was home, which a lot of people, I can say, that works in a full-time job on land cannot sadly do, because of course they work 7 days a week or 6 days a week, and they do overtime at nights, and there's a good chance that their child is already on his way to bed or her way to bed before you get home, or you just get to see your child, probably half an hour before they go to bed, or maybe they're already in bed, and you might be lucky enough to be able to read them a story, but you'll miss out just as much, probably more, in their lives than I did, because, like I said, the time I was home, I spent a lot of time with them. So there was that good thing about it. I did get to spend a lot of time with them when I was off, but I missed out on the monumental things that meant a lot to them. So that was really, really heartbreaking. And I hope that you don't all have jobs like that, because you can't get that time back. That's the thing. You can never get that time back. Now, the thing is, I now have grandchildren, and I've got the granddaughter living with me now, and I don't want, although I've only got another couple of years before I'm on pension, I would really love to be getting finished now if I could earn enough money on affiliate marketing so that I don't miss out any more of her life. I don't want it to, how can I put it, be the same for her, or have a repeat performance with her than I had with my children. I'd love for my granddaughter to know that granddad's there. He has a presence. I'm present for everything. So you understand me there? I hope that rings a bell with some people. There's nothing better than to be present with your family if you can, because I missed out on so much. So the thing is, here's some of the hard truths. Like, you know, I always thought that it was, you know, for the tech guys, this affiliate marketing stuff. I always thought it was for the tech guys, but it's not. Affiliate marketing can be learned quite easily, and it can be learned at any age. I'm proof of that. So I hope that you take note of that. I'm proof of that. The other thing is that nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's coming to top up your pension for you. You know, the thing is, not the government, not your old company. Nobody. Think about it. Nobody cares. If you want change, you have to create the change yourself. And I know you can do it, because if you can do it, you know, other way around, if I can do it and take the time to make changes for me, you can do it and make changes for you. And, you know, when I make these mistakes, this proves to you and everybody else this is not bloody AI, is it? Because I'm making complete human mistakes. So it's much better than getting video from robots, yeah? At least you get to know the real me. So, yeah, you've got to create it. All that time is going to pass anyway, you know? Regardless of what you do, regardless of whether you create it or you don't create it, it's all going to pass anyway. In 3 years, you know, if you get started, you'll either be glad that you started, or you will wish that you had. Because I do know, when I heard about affiliate marketing and it took me a year to actually get anywhere with it, I kept saying to myself, I wish to God I'd started earlier. That was the only thing that was going through my mind there. I wished I'd started earlier, especially when I started making commissions and I proved to myself that it really works, you know? So the moment I got my first commission was, like I said, about a year after. It was a small $27 commission, or thereabouts. I joined a $7 program, and that's all you need to do. Joined a $7 program, and I followed the steps that I was given in that course, in that short course. It was a tiny, tiny course, because $7 doesn't get you a lot. You've got to upgrade to get the real stuff. But I followed the $7 thing just slightly, and I kept putting out content. I chose Facebook organic marketing at the time as my content platform. So you've got to do that. You've got to pick your platform as well. And I was promoting a $27 program from within that program I was learning from, which was, I can't remember now if it was a traffic rotator or something, but I made my first $27 doing that. And I was amazed. It was brilliant. It was absolutely great. I mean, it just proved to me that if you work hard enough, put out decent content, somebody will listen and somebody will click your link and somebody will buy from you. And it's great. Once you've done that, you know that you can go further. You know that you can scale that further. You know you can rinse and repeat that. And that's exactly what I did. And I started promoting a mid-ticket product from within that program after that, as well as the low-ticket $7 program and the $27 program. And it wasn't long. And it wasn't long after that that I made my first mid-ticket, you know, $500. It was fantastic. And I was elated. Can you imagine the feeling I had when I made $500? I went, wow, $500. Whoa, this works. And this is me just doing it part-time because I'm working full-time at sea, you know? So if I said to myself, what if I was doing this full-time? What if I was putting a real lot of work into this? I could be, you know, if I'm following what I'm doing now, rinsing and repeating, or if I learn and scale more, I could make more. And that's exactly true. You could. But right now, I'm happy enough to keep going on my mid-ticket commissions and one or two high-ticket commissions here and there. That gives me a salary at the moment equivalent to what I'm earning now. That will give me a salary on top of my pension to what I'm pretty much making now. So that's all I need. But of course, if I get really, really good at it, I will scale a little bit higher. And that's just the way it is. So I'm glad I got started. So I'm hoping that making these small commissions within the next year or so, I'm hoping within the next 6 months to a year, I'm hoping that I'm making enough to go home and be with my granddaughter and be present in her life. because that's what the whole goal is anyway. I don't want anything to repeat. I mean, the whole thing's never going to repeat like it did with my kids anyway, because I've only got a couple of years to retirement, and I'll always be with the granddaughter then. So I won't always miss out on everything with her, but I still would love to get home a little bit earlier than retirement date. That would be great, and still be able to make the money to do things with the wife and the granddaughter on the weekends or something, and not feel bad about it, and not feel like I've got to scrimp and save every single little penny to pay the domestic bills. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, like I said, you don't need to be a tech genius. You know, for men over 50 and 60, it's just the truth. You can do it. I can do it. So can you. You don't have to be a tech genius. You just need to be consistent with your content, about your content, whatever platform you've chosen. Like if it's Facebook organic, about your content, your posts every day. Speak to people in the DMs if you can. Speak to people that leave you comments. That's the way to do it with them. I went down the YouTube channel, and I started with Facebook organic, but I'm now on the YouTube. I prefer to just speak on camera. So if you like to speak on camera and it doesn't bother you, take the YouTube way. Make a few videos like this, or videos that help, videos that will help people take the steps to where they want to go. Make sure people get to like, know, and trust you. Always have your clickable link in the description, of course, so that they can buy the stuff that you're telling them or advising them that will help them to make affiliate commissions. That's the way it is, and I prefer YouTube. So everyone will have their own preference of their own platforms. Everyone will deal with what they like best. But my advice is, if you want to do this cheap and do it for pretty much nothing, apart from buying your autoresponder, which you really need to have, because you've got to collect emails and you've got to have these email lists to send products to in an email. Apart from that expense, Facebook organic marketing, you can do that for nothing. It just takes time. That's the trouble. Everyone pays in one way or another. You either pay through cash or you pay through your time. That'll pay through your time. You're going to have to spend time making posts, spend time talking to people, spend time commenting on people's comments, so you know the score. Now, like I said, every commission, small or big, it just proves to you that the system works, yeah? So don't get caught up with shiny object systems or tools that people are trying to sell you. You've got to remember, they make their money out of selling these tools. They're not actually going to spend months and months and months showing you how to use these tools and how to make money from it. They're just going to sell you the tools, give you a quick sort of rundown on how it works, which doesn't really teach you anything, and then you're going to be left on your own, and you're going to end up paying a subscription fee for months and months on end until you decide this is not doing any good for me. That happened to me. So don't go down the shiny object routine. Stick to what you do. One small funnel, one piece of content, and one platform, and keep going at that until you're making it. And you can do it for nothing with Facebook organic, and you can do it with with YouTube. It's good advice. Please take it. Now, if you like my videos, if you like what you've seen and you want to follow me, I'd love it if you give me some big likes, because men of your age and men at my age, they get to see more of this video, and that doesn't cost you anything to click a like, I'm very grateful for it. I'm grateful that you help me, and if you start on this sort of thing yourself, I will be the first person there to help you too. And certainly, if you want to follow me and do the steps follow the steps that I've been taking, and take my advice to get your first, second, third commission and so forth, well, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you on the next video. Happy to be there. Bye.